Nadiya is a third-year medical student at the University of New South Wales and a volunteer at the Museum of Human Disease. We asked her a few questions about her life as a medical student.
As lame as it sounds, I think I was one of those cliched kids that always wanted to do it from when I was really little. Like, I used to run around the house with those plastic stethoscopes pretending to be a doctor and play doctors, and I even had one of those little dolls that had all the different organs inside their tummy. Gosh, okay, I might actually have to think about this one. So I did 4 units of maths, advanced English, biology, chemistry, and modern history. I think that's everything. Well, the most obvious ones were obviously like biology and chemistry, but having sort of a well-rounded choice of subjects, so putting in a bit of modern history to give you a bit of the arts feel as well, is sort of good, so you don't just go through medicine with a one-track mind, because I guess it's not all about the science, you've got to relate to people as well. Uni is really different from school. I think I was thrown a bit when I first got to uni because, you know, at school you have this really personal sort of relationship with your teachers. Well, I did, and I really thrived off that. I thrived off the teachers being really interested in how I was doing. But at uni, you're just one person in a really big group, so you just have to sort of adjust, and it's all about being more independent, and you soon learn to be more independent. Well, that's a really hard question at the moment because I'm sort of only in my 3rd year, so every new thing you see, you're like, wow, that's really interesting. I think that's what I want to do when I'm older. And yeah, so your interests change, well, my interests change on a week-by-week basis, really. So that's a hard question to answer. Well, I came from Wollongong, so UNSW was, you know, fairly close to my home. I've spent a lot of time in Sydney, so Sydney was a fairly comfortable environment for me. Both my parents actually went to UNSW, so it was sort of all in the family, and when I applied for all the different universities, I got in here, so it sort of just all happened like that. I didn't have my heart set on going into any particular university, it sort of just happened. Okay, so this year, I'm in my 3rd year now, so we've sort of just changed the structure of our course, but I'll go back to what my 1st and 2nd year of uni was. We go to uni basically almost 9 to 5 every day, which is a bit different from most other courses, but you do all sorts of learning activities. So from 9 to 11 every day I would have lectures, and then you'd go to smaller tutorial sessions, and then perhaps in the afternoon you'd do more of a hands-on thing. So you'd go and do a bit of anatomy or go and do some microbiology. And then once a fortnight we'd actually go into the hospitals and, you know, be able to talk to patients, do different examinations. So it's really good to have all that variation. You're not just stuck in a lecture theatre all day. Well, I guess I would consider myself a bit of a squeamish person. I don't know too many people who would be unfazed by some gushing blood coming out of someone. So from that perspective, I guess I am a little bit squeamish, but I guess you can't be too squeamish to get into the medical profession. But really, I think it's just all about a bit of desensitization as you go through. You know, you see something and you get over that and you move on. So I sort of grew up doing a lot of sort of performing arts sort of stuff, so I spent most of my childhood dancing and singing. I don't have a huge amount of time for that these days, but I do it where I can. But I'm sort of really into baking and stuff like that. Sort of sounds a bit lame, I guess, but I like to bake and I like to make things. I'm all about doing crafty things like that. So I just moved into a new place this year, so it's all just covered with my handmade goods. So that's generally how I spend my downtime. And shopping. I like to shop. What would I like to achieve in the future? Well, I guess from my perspective now as a 20-year-old, you think you're going to be super successful and you want to achieve so much. So I don't really know what I want to achieve. I'd also consider going into something like general practice so I can have a good balance of work and family. So I'm sort of not sure where the future will take me, whether I will sacrifice stuff to have a family or whether, you know, I'll just go blindly into a career-focused life, who knows.